Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, heavyweight boxing talk, interesting heavyweight boxing talk. So, Trevor Bryan, you know, he's a friend of the program, a friend of the channel. I like Trevor Bryan, but he had his fight this past weekend with Jonathan Guidry. I thought it was actually pretty damn close. I only had Trevor Bryan winning by 3 points, 7-5 with the knockdown, 116 or 115 to 111 with the knockdown. So it was a fight that, you know, I really think it didn't do much for his stock, and it really Guidry was the winner. I think Guidry wanted to get more opportunities from that fight, but you know, he got the win, and that's all that matters. But Trevor Bryan, the WBA has made a ruling that you know, Trevor Bryan and Daniel Dubois have to fight within the next 180 days by July 28th. So negotiations have to start soon, and that fight has to happen by July 28th. And you know what? I think it's good. I think it's good that we're gonna get some movement in the WBA rankings, because you know, there was that whole farce with Trevor Bryan and Manuel Char. You know, and it's funny because a lot of people are complaining, saying that Manuel Char is being phased out and screwed by the WBA, which I think is ridiculous, because the only reason that he's been phased out and screwed is because he doesn't have his freaking USA visa to come to the USA. If he had his USA visa to come to the USA and fight Trevor Bryan, the fight would have happened already. Yeah. But the fight's not happening. There's been too much going on with Char and all this nonsense. So, with that being said, and with that being established here on True School Sports, you know, Char maybe the champion in recess, but Char, listen, the Char Bryan situation, we need to move on from that. I like the fight with Dubois and Bryan because, for one, you know, with Dubois, it's a good fight for him, because, you know, I think he'll probably go into the fight as a favorite, because a lot of people aren't that high on Trevor Bryan. And you know, Dubois needs to get back into the fold of the heavyweight division. He needs to show people that, hey, you know, that night against Joe Joyce, where, you know, a lot of people said he quit, and, you know, I thought, myself included, you know, a lot of people need to start to believe in Dubois again, and this could be a fight where he takes a step in that direction. And for Trevor Bryan, you know, right now, and I'm just gonna be honest. So, Stacey McKinley, if you see this video, I gotta keep it honest. In the court of public opinion, Trevor Bryan is not a legitimate champion. Trevor Bryan is someone that is fighting not just for his place in the heavyweight division, but legitimacy. Because the reality is this: Trevor Bryan is in his early 30s. His best win to date is a past his prime, remains to Verm, and he needs to show, improve. You know, I've been saying it for a long time. 2022, we gotta set a new standard in boxing. It's the year of no excuses and no dishonor. So this fight has to get done, and it'll be Trevor Bryan's chance to prove what he can do in the heavyweight division. Because Dubois, we have an idea of what he can do. Obviously he lost his big fight, but he was in a big fight. Bryan hasn't really been in a big fight yet. So this will be a big fight for both fighters. And I like this fight a lot. I like this fight because the winner of this fight is potentially looking at, you know, maybe in the first quarter of 2023, the first quarter of 2023, maybe getting a shot at Usyk, or the middle of 2023 getting a shot at Usyk, or whoever the WBA champion is around that time. So it's a good fight for the division. I think I'll tell you this. Look, I'll tell you guys this, and I'm not gonna be biased, because you guys know Trevor Bryan's a friend of the channel, so it'd be very easy for me to be biased. I'll tell you like this: there's a lot of ifs when it comes to Trevor Bryan in that fight. You know, if he does this, if he does that, the fight could go this way. But I'm not gonna use ifs. All right, I'm gonna use just how I've seen Dubois in his last couple fights, particularly now that he's changed trainers, which he's a Shane McGuigan, and I'm gonna talk about Trevor Bryan and how he's looked in his last couple fights with Stavern and Guidry. If the Trevor Bryan that shows up against both Stavern and Guidry fights Daniel Dubois, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you straight up, he's gonna get folded up, straight up. Like, and I don't like saying that, but it's the truth. If he's gonna beat Dubois, he's gonna have to raise his game. He's gonna have to be the Trevor Bryan that I first met a couple years ago, many years ago, when he fought Derek Rossi on Showtime. You know, he's gonna have to come in not at 268, not at 260. He's gonna have to drop. I'm thinking at least he's gonna have to drop at least 14 to 17 pounds minimum to be the Trevor Bryan that I think would have a chance to beat Daniel Dubois. Because look, Trevor Bryan does do some good things. He's got a very good jab. you know, yeah, he don't have the physique of a top heavyweight, but he's very fluid, and when he lets his hands go, you know, he can put together some really nice combinations, but it's just been too few in between. Even his promoter, Don King, said it in the post-fight interview, you know, there's these chains on his right hand, and he's not throwing his right hand enough, but he needs to let his right hand go because he got some power on that right hand. And I agree with Don King, you know, only in America we shall overcome. The people, Don King, the people's promoter, you know. So, look, if the Trevor Bryan that fought Guidry shows up against Daniel Dubois, I think will stop Trevor Bryan. You know, straight up and down. Pops, you got any thoughts about Trevor Bryan versus Daniel Dubois?
Yeah, I think right now, as the saying goes, if you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, you better get the fuck out. Right now, it's time for Bryan to come in and step up and get this big fight. I call it a big fight for him, a big challenge for him, but he's going to fight like a hungry Dubois, who people like BT said before, who thought he quit in his last fight, the fight that he fought. But I think he's hungry because he wants to get himself established back to the thing, and I think he's a credible opponent. And if somehow Bryan can do have a dream and make that dream a reality and beat Dubois, then so be it. But I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight for him. Like I said, with this channel, we love
Trevor Bryan. We don't personally, but, like,
you know, we gotta call it that. That's what we call True School Sports. I think I've seen Bryan for quite a while now. I kept my own, you know, opinions on him, but I think if he doesn't make us more adjustments in that ring, he's gonna get folded up. He's gonna get folded up like a steel chair against the ball. The power that the ball brings in, it ain't a Manuel Char, it ain't just the old Stavern. It's a hungry lion that wants to prove everybody wrong. But I wish him the best.
We're rooting for him.
Yeah, we're rooting for him, but we have to call it the way we call it. And at the end of the day, it's up to Bryan to realize that, you know what, you know, I've been eating too much from the kitchen, but now the kitchen's getting too hot right now. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, so that's the news, man. July 28th, they got the deadline to make the fight. Trevor Bryan's supposed to fight Dubois by July 28th. So, you know, all boxing fans, USA and abroad in the UK, let me know what you think. Daniel Dubois versus Trevor Bryan. What do you make of it? And you know, is there anybody out there that thinks Trevor Bryan will win? Because I know a lot of people are going to say Trevor Bryan's not going to win. He didn't do himself any favors this weekend with his performance against Guidry. So I think he has to go to another level.
And I want to say one thing.
To beat him.
Don King's been more or less out of the boxing scene for quite a while. He's not as active as the Ballfather. And you all know that Don King is an old school old man that can't become senile as years go on. But for him to even come out and say in his last post-conference, the press conference,
post-fight interview,
and say that Bryan needs to throw more punches, it just says enough about the story about Bryan.
Absolutely. So yeah, you guys leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God bless.